Today we're talking about narcissistic mothers and their golden child sons. One of the really unfortunate things with regard to narcissistic families is it's very common for them to become pathologically enmeshed, meaning there are no clear boundaries and the identities of the family members become intertwined, interdependent, and enmeshed with other family members. And there is no better evidence of this than between a narcissistic mother and her son, who many times, by the way, will turn into a narcissist as well. But this relational dynamic is extremely common, and if you happen to be the adult partner of this man, his mother and their relationship is going to be a very, very big problem. So today we're focusing on how the enmeshed relationship between a narcissistic mother and her adult son affects the relationship between this man and his adult romantic partner. First, let's explain how this happens. Narcissistic parents tend to see the child selected to be the golden child as a literal extension of themselves. They do not see the necessity of the child growing up and naturally developing their own identity, beliefs, and interests. Unfortunately, the narcissistic mother will see her son as a belonging, someone who is there to fulfill her needs, wishes, and desires. So this mother will usually use her son as a surrogate best friend, spouse, partner, or emotional regulator. Also, this son, is only shown love and affection when he is pleasing his mother. So he grows up with the understanding that her love is conditional, which sets the stage for him to feel the need to earn her love indefinitely and to be indebted to her forever. Usually, by the time this son is an adult, the bond to his controlling and narcissistic mother will be completely in place and strong as any bond you could see between two people. However, what tends to happen is that this now adult son will have a deep subconscious resentment and hatred for his mother that he has repressed and compartmentalized far away from the conscious mind. However, it's still there. So what happens most times is when this man gets into a committed love relationship with another adult, she will eventually be at the receiving end of these repressed feelings he actually feels about his mother. And as you can imagine, this causes significant problems, stress, and discord between this couple. Also, this obligation to his mother does not end because he has started a relationship with you. However, most times before you see it, you will already be in very deep. You certainly believe you are in love with this man, and you do not understand why his mother is so intrusive and why she seems to expect him to be at her beck and call at all times. And what's even worse is when she says jump to your partner, he asks, "How high, mommy?" So his commitment to his mother is far greater than his commitment to you. And when you bring up these issues, they are flat out rejected or never addressed. And this toxic dynamic and the problems it causes for your relationship never gets resolved. So where does this leave you, the partner of this man? I'll tell you where that leaves you. That leaves you continually coming in second to his mother. And don't you think for 1 second this mother doesn't know exactly what she is doing and enjoying every single minute of it. And the reality is the chances of him ever acknowledging this and actually doing something about it are slim to none. Not to mention, you will likely always be at the receiving end of his deep-seated and unconscious hatred and resentment that he actually feels for his narcissistic mother, but refuses to acknowledge that. His identity and hers is so enmeshed, so intertwined, that to believe that this will ever change is incredibly naive. So the best advice I have for a person who finds himself in this position is, if it's not okay with you to continually play second fiddle to your partner's mother, then you will need to leave. I have seen this bond, this commitment, and this devotion to his mother even survive past her death.